Hello, Helen. How are you? I'm pretty sure you know who this is, right? Don't be immature and just ignore me. Being a childish snob will get you nowhere.
This is Karen, if I'm not mistaken. You're the one who was having an affair with my husband. That Karen?
Having an affair? Please, don't be so crude. It was nothing like that. And please, would you refrain from that my husband crap? He, Randy, loves me way more than you. You have no right to call him my husband. He's gonna dump you soon. He's already getting everything ready to divorce you.
Yeah, I suppose you're right about that. I don't think of that jerk as my husband anymore. Just a slip of the tongue. To be honest, I want to get this guy out of my life as soon as possible, but...
Yeah, money, right? You want compensation, right? Well, it seems Randy's parents will pay every cent to you, so don't worry. The sooner you're out of the picture, the better. They'll probably deposit the amount by tomorrow.
Yes, it seems that way. Well, they never really liked me very much. I guess they'll pay any amount just to get rid of me.
Yep, that seems to be the case. On the other hand, they are head over heels for me. They are super happy that Randy finally found the right girl. They really had it out for you. Dirt poor, unattractive, no fun. They just went on and on about you. What did you do to make them hate you so much?
They just didn't like that fact that Randy brought home a bride. They would act that way with anybody. I would be careful if I were you. They may seem all kind and sympathetic now, but mark my words, they will turn on you on a dime.
Do I sense a bit of jealousy there? Whatever, I was texting you about something else. I really need you to move out as soon as possible. You're getting on my nerves. You already submitted the divorce papers, right? He already dumped you, so why the hell are you still here? No place to go? You guys are not husband and wife anymore. You really shouldn't be living under the same roof.
No, I have not submitted the divorce papers yet. I plan to as soon as I get paid.
So that means the divorce is final by tomorrow? And you'll be out of the house by tomorrow too?
I'll be leaving right away.
Now you're talking. So you'll be out today, huh?
As a matter of fact, you had to text me online, which just delayed my departure even more.
Oh, yeah? I am so sorry that I mustn't hold you up.
So, are we done here? I really want to get the hell out of here. I don't feel comfortable here anyways.
Well, I wouldn't either. I mean, you're not wanted there. It would be uncomfortable for sure. All right then, Miss Loser. See ya. Rest assured, I will make him happy. Something you failed to do.
Hello, Helen, are you there? This is Jane, your Aunt Jane.
Oh, hi Aunt Jane. It's been a while. How you been?
Fine. Is it true that you're getting a divorce? I just got a call from Randy a second ago. This is the first I'm hearing about this. Is this true?
Unfortunately, yes, it's all true. As soon as I receive my compensation for the divorce, I plan to submit the divorce papers to the court. It will probably be sometime tomorrow.
Where are you now? He said you're not living at home anymore.
I checked into the Days Inn by the mall for now. I'll figure out what to do after everything's settled.
I see. I heard that your mother passed away and you no longer have a place to call home anymore.
Yes, that's right. As for my father, he passed away when I was 12, and my grandparents are long gone, so yeah, no place to call home. I have no brothers or sisters either, so I have plenty of time. I'll think long and hard about where to live and what to do. All the stuff I couldn't carry were put into storage by Randy's parents. I'll have them shipped after I get settled.
About a job. What are you going to do? You've been married for half a year, right? You didn't work at all. You were just a housewife.
Well, again, that's something I will have to think about.
Is there any particular field that you want to get into? What skills do you have?
When I was a student, I studied film. I was hoping I could do some film or video editing. It's only been about a year since I stopped doing editing work, so I figure it won't take long to get back into the habit in no time.
Seriously? You're just in luck. My son works at a small firm company, and he could use an experienced film editor. You could do some work for him. What do you say?
Really? Your son works in the film industry?
Yes, they were just looking for an experienced film editor. If you're interested, I could give him a call. You would probably have to work on a contract basis, not a full-time employee. They would probably support you financially for the equipment like a PC and editing software, stuff like that. Everything is apparently done online. You know, meetings and so forth. So basically, you can work from anywhere you want. You want to meet him and discuss it? You can decide then. What do you say?
Thanks so much. That would be great.
Okay, I'll get in touch with my son and we can set up a meeting. But first, we have to do something about Randy and the others.
What do you mean, do something about? Is there a problem?
Randy's new wife, the one he had an affair with, well, apparently she's moving into the house now. She came over to update me on the current situation, about the divorce going through and her moving in. Plus, she went on and on about her love affair with Randy. To be honest, I didn't want to even hear about it. I was just talking to my brother, your former stepfather. She says the new girl, Karen, is very pretty, and Randy is raving about her, boasting about how beautiful she is and all. It made me nauseous just listening to him gushing platitudes about her.
Seriously?
I can't forgive them for what they did to you. Could you let me handle the rest? Trust me, I'll make things right.
Okay, but you don't really have to do this for my sake.
It's not that. They just seem to have forgotten what's right and wrong. They need to be taught a lesson. It's not only about you. Don't worry, I won't get you involved in any way. At least, it won't be disadvantageous for you.
Alright, I guess. If you insist, I'll leave it up to you. But please be careful, Aunt Jane.
Helen, are you there? Pick up! I just moved into this house. Why am I being kicked out on the first day here? What the hell is going on? It's not only me that has to get out. It's Randy and his folks too. Who is behind this? Is it you? Did you have something to do with this? What's more, Randy got fired from his job. He's the only one working. Without him, we can't survive.
Yeah, well, I had nothing to do with it. I wonder if it had something to do with, Randy works for the wedding service industry, right? It sure does not look good when one of its staff members cheats on his wife after only a year.
Are you trying to ruin us? Make us homeless?
Karen, calm down for a second. Why are you even contacting me anyway?
You had something to do with this. That's why. You pulled some crap for revenge, didn't you? We will not leave this place. You hear me?
Like I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I had nothing to do with whatever was going on. I don't own that house. I'm a complete stranger now. If the person who owns the place wants you guys out, maybe you should comply. Or there may be legal consequences. The police could get involved.
Huh? What the hell are you blabbering on about? The people of this household have welcomed me with open arms. Unlike you. Why would this family kick me out? That's inconceivable.
Oh, so I see. You haven't heard. That house you're living in, that place is owned by your aunt, Aunt Jane. She owes the property.
Huh? Aunt Jane?
Yes, Aunt Jane. You know, your new stepdad's younger sister. You do know her, right? When Randy's grandfather died about 10 years ago, your stepdad opted to get cash as his inheritance, so Aunt Jane was given the rights to the house and property. The only reason you can all live there is because Aunt Jane is busy with work, and she's constantly flying to Europe and Asia on business. Sometimes she's gone for weeks. She grew up in that house and has a lot of memories for her. She allowed her brother to live there as a way to look after the place temporarily.
Huh? This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Really? When I first moved in, Randy explained all this to me in detail. That we would probably have to move out someday, get our own place. Never got that far, though.
Are you for real?
By the sound of it, you apparently thought you could live there forever, never having to pay rent. Too good to be true, huh?
I just arrived today. How am I supposed to know any of this stuff? Anyway, forget all that. I'm the new birdie here. Why the hell do I have to leave on the day I arrive? It doesn't make sense. This is bullying. Yeah, total persecution if you ask me.
Well, if you had any common sense, it wouldn't be very hard to understand. That goes for Randy and his folks, too. I mean, the son cheats on his wife, brings this girl home, and the parents, rather than scold their son, welcomes her in with open arms and kicks me out. Then invites this woman to their home the next day, dumping me by the side of the road. Who does that? I feel for Aunt Jane. She grew up in that house and she loves the place. To have you folks throwing dirt on her memories, she probably couldn't look the other way and kick you guys out. At least that's what I think. I know Aunt Jane pretty well. She really abhors stuff like this, like cheating on a spouse.
I don't know anything about that. I wasn't trying to take over the house or anything. I have nowhere else to live.
Maybe you guys should just move out and rent or buy a place of your own.
Yeah, that's what I suggested, but Randy and his folks just went silent and had nothing to say. I already terminated my lease agreement with the apartment I was living in, and my folks got divorced years ago, and they both live with their new families. I hardly ever see them anymore.
Yeah. When I first got married, they used up all my savings without my permission. I remember I had like $50,000. They used it all up in no time. But surprisingly, they deposited that entire amount yesterday. Maybe that's why they can't get a new place.
Huh? Are you serious? $50,000?
They really must be hard on cash now, huh?
I never realized that this family was so poor.
Yeah, they like to live the good life, that's for sure. I always worried about their speed thrift ways. The house certainly looks very nice. You know why that is? Well, Aunt Jane put a lot of money into renovating it little by little. Like I said, she has fond memories of the place. Besides, she plans to live there when she retires. Well, that's about all I know.
Are you serious?
I was just like you when I married. I had no idea of the situation until Aunt Jane explained everything to me. When they demanded that they confiscate my entire savings, I was flabbergasted. But luckily, I had a lawyer friend threaten legal action if they didn't reimburse the money they stole. They immediately complied. Smart move in my opinion.
This is not happening to me!
Well, as for me, I got my money back plus compensation from Randy, so I'm good to go.
Hold on a sec. How the hell did they come up with $50,000 plus your compensation in a day? Did they have that much money stashed away?
I don't know anything about where they got the money. I got what I wanted. That's good enough for me. You should ask your father-in-law about that. Okay, I better get going.
Please, Helen, You can't just leaving hanging here.
Sorry, I have a job interview coming up. See ya, and good luck. Aunt Jane later told me that she gave to them 2 months to vacate the premise. She said she plans to rent out the place after that. 2 months had passed since I last talked to them. About that, $50,000 plus that Randy's folks paid me, that apparently came from Karen's savings, at least part of it. Well, it seems they confiscating her savings like they did mine. I hope she gets it back someday, but doesn't look likely. The rest of the money, I was told, they borrowed. Because they lost a place to live, now heavily in debt, they went out looking for some sort of live-in job. They eventually found a position at some sort of fishing resort up north. The pay is awful, but at least they have a roof over their heads. I heard that they were working their asses off to pay back their debt. It can get pretty cold up north in winter. But it is a fishing resort. At least they won't starve.
You good-for-nothing robbing witch! How dare you steal Jack from me? Excuse me? This is the first time something like this has ever happened to me. It's so humiliating. I can't believe I lost someone I love so much to a conniving witch like you. I'm never going to forgive you for what you did. Not in this life or the next. Who's this? Oh, are you that Kathy? The one Jack grew up with? What? I'm not just a childhood friend. I'm his fiancé. Don't ever get that wrong again. I'm afraid I don't understand. You got that? We are more than just friends. We were promised to each other when we were little. Our parents approved of this match. But then you came along and stole him from me. You're a thief, a dirty criminal. You need to be locked away somewhere. Don't think I'll just let you marry Jack without a fight. Kathy, please calm down. I didn't steal Jack from you or from anyone. Stop calling me names and accusing me of doing something that I didn't do. Ugh, you're just going to play dumb then. I just said that you stole Jack from me. How dare you act like you did nothing wrong? You have no idea how shocked I was when I had to hear from a mutual friend that you and Jack plan on getting married. If Jack was going to properly marry someone, he could have at least told me directly. I should have gotten a wedding invitation at the very least. Oh, you didn't get an invitation? That's odd. There you go again, acting like you know nothing. You're probably the one behind all this. You probably told him not to invite me. I know what you're trying to do. If I didn't get an invitation, this means you're doing all this behind my back. Because you feel guilty about stealing him from me. I don't have anything that I need to feel guilty about. Actually, I don't feel anything at all about you. I don't know you well enough to have an opinion. And about that invitation... If we were to send one to you, you would be invited as a guest of the groom, right? Jack is in charge of his own wedding guests. I have no control over who he invites or doesn't invite. So if you didn't get an invitation, it has nothing to do with me. You need to ask Jack about it yourself. Well, aren't you Miss High and Mighty? You're probably the one that demanded Jack to not invite me. I see right through you, so don't try to pull a fast one on me. Could you stop saying that? I would never do anything like that. It's Jack's decision. Like I said, you're his friend, not mine. Oh, shut it, you witch! You pushed me out of the picture, so now you're getting full of yourself. Wow, I'm getting an idea of why he didn't invite you. It doesn't matter how you got Jack to agree to marry you. He should marry me. I'm the one who has known him the longest. He belongs to me. Don't think that I'm gonna just let you marry him without a fight. I'm not going to go easy on you. Hey, baby, can I talk to you for a minute? Your old friend Kathy messaged me earlier. She was rambling about how I stole you from her and how she won't forgive me. What? Kathy messaged you directly? Yeah, just a few minutes ago. She was complaining about how she didn't get an invitation. She kept claiming that the reason for that was that we were going behind her back. What exactly is the status of your relationship with her recently?
I mean, there's nothing going on between us, if that's what you're asking.
Are you sure? You don't have any idea why she's acting like this? She's gone off the deep end, it seems. Did you guys go out in the past?
No, we never did. I never even went on a date with her before. Believe me, honey, there's nothing between us.
Then why is she so angry, and why did she say all that to me? She even said that your parents and her parents had agreed to an engagement between the two of you.
What? That was when we were in kindergarten or something. Oh God, I don't even know how many years it has been since then. Our parents got along, and her and I did play with each other a lot. You know how small kids are. We would say things like, "We're going to play together forever," stuff like that. But that's not serious. We, or at least I, didn't even know what that meant.
So you're telling me that Kathy is holding you to a promise that you made in kindergarten? She thinks that still applies now that the both of you are adults. I'm sorry to say this, but that's really not normal. I don't want to keep bringing this up, but I want to clear the air. Are you sure she was never your girlfriend? Not even for a brief moment in time when you guys were older?
Never. Not even for 1 minute were we more than just friends. I swear to God and to all my ancestors, we never went out. The only person I want to marry is you, babe. To be honest, Kathy doesn't have that many friends, so I guess she just clung on to me.
Clung on to you? What do you mean? If she is clinging on to you, then that would mean that something did happen. Otherwise, what is there to cling on to?
Nothing at all. That Kathy... Well, I don't really know all the details, but there used to be rumors about her. People used to say she likes to steal other people's boyfriends. I guess that's what she is trying to do here now, too, maybe.
Is that right?
That's what everyone used to say when we were in school. She got into a lot of trouble with a lot of people for things like that back then. Because of what she did, she would sometimes not go to school for days. I knew where she lived, so I would tell her what was for homework and give worksheets to her. I guess it was around then that she started to develop a crush on me.
Even now, she doesn't have friends?
I don't know. I guess she probably doesn't. She went to a college out of state. It seemed like she had made friends, looking at social media. But then there were still rumors even back home that she was going out with married men. So she lost all the friends she made and was ostracized in her company too. I guess with no one else to turn to, she clung on to me again.
That would mean that I'm not the one that's taking you from her.
Our parents were friends and we happened to be friends too. So it's hard for me to cut her off, you know. Maybe that's why she is so against me getting married.
To sum it up, in Kathy's life, she only has you and her parents. And that is why she is trying to hold you to a promise that was made when you guys were only just kids?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I have told her many times before that I have no intentions of marrying her for real. But she would say things like, "Don't worry, in the end you'll come back to me," or whatever. I couldn't get through to her at all.
That's the root of the problem. You should have made it explicitly clear to her, and you should have told me about this before. I would have been more prepared to handle myself when she made all those accusations.
I'm sorry. I didn't think she would go after you the way she did. I didn't know she would message you directly. But you're right. I should have told you a lot earlier. I'm sorry you had to go through that and that I was the one that caused it.
Well, since you are apologizing, I will let it go this one time. From now on, don't hide anything from me. It doesn't matter how small the problem is. You don't have to face it alone anymore. Tell me everything, and I will do the same, okay? We're going to be married soon, so from now on, we need to think like a team.
Thank you so much, Samantha. I plan to sit Kathy down and talk to her about this.
I don't think that's a good idea. If you were to talk to her now, you would just be playing into her hand. I think she might try to do something to you. So I think we should do nothing about it for now and act like normal.
Are you sure that's going to be okay?
But on the day of the wedding, we should tell everyone to be on high alert for her. We won't let her in. It would be better if we only tell the people that need to know about this. We will let those people handle the situation so that we can focus on our wedding.
That sounds like a good idea. Leave it to me to tell the people at the venue about this. Again, I want to apologize for letting this happen before our wedding.
I've already forgiven you, so you can stop apologizing. Just focus on having a good wedding, okay? Let's just try to have fun at the wedding, and then we can spend the rest of our lives together. If we can be happy, then it wouldn't matter what Kathy tries to do. Hi! It's been a long time. How are you?
It's still so early in the morning. What could you possibly want?
It's your wedding today! You should be awake already! Don't act like I'm the one that woke you up.
If you knew that today was the wedding, then why would you bother me at such a busy time? I don't care what you have to say now. I'm marrying Jack no matter what. We're going through with the ceremony. But let me say this. Jack and I did not invite you. You are not welcome. You can beg all you want, but you can't come to our wedding.
Who's going to beg to go to your crummy wedding? Anyway, how courageous of you to think that you can have a wedding without any problems. I think you have no choice but to postpone your wedding today, or even cancel it altogether.
What do you mean by that?
I told you already, didn't I? I warned you that you shouldn't expect everything to go perfectly today. You see, I sold your dress and your tiara that you were going to wear today.
What?
You have nothing to wear today, so there's no way the ceremony is happening. You have to postpone it. Sucks to be you. I'm going to be taking Jack back now, so hand him over.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you sold my wedding dress?
I mean exactly what I said. There's no other meaning to it. I sold all your things to ruin your wedding day. Plain and simple. Like you. I sold it at a pretty cheap price, too. It sold pretty quickly, too. It must have been expensive.
I am not sure what to say.
Boo-hoo! Just sucks for you, doesn't it? With no dress and no tiara, you might as well call the wedding off. This is what you get for stealing Jack from me. I hope you've learned a valuable lesson about double-crossing me.
Kathy, that wasn't my dress. That belonged to someone else.
Huh?
How awful of you to sell things that aren't yours. You need to buy everything back this instant.
Wait a moment. Of course what I sold was yours. I'm friends with Jack's parents. I've known them for a very long time, since I was little. They watched me grow up. That's why I know everything. They told me all about it. You let them keep your dress and your tiara. They had it with them.
How could you do such a thing?
It was in their house. I was just able to waltz in and get it. It was easy. I've been there so many times, no one even looked twice. They had it in their living room, so I took it and sold it.
What have you done? It's true that Jack's parents did take a dress. But that was the dress that I didn't want. They were going to return it for me.
What? Return it?
You see, I found out that I am pregnant. And the first dress I got didn't fit me anymore. I needed a looser dress. My mom knows how to do things like that, so she fixed another dress that I got for me. It's hard to tell what size I will be until the wedding, so they took that dress from me.
Wait a second. Then that dress that was at Jack's house? That white dress with the dazzling tiara? No, it's a wedding dress. It was clearly the one that you were supposed to wear.
No, that was his mother's dress. I gave it to her.
Jack's mother?
It's their 30th wedding anniversary this year. They were planning to take wedding pictures. They were going to renew their vows and have a big party. Since we already had a venue, they were going to use it as their background for some pictures for their invitations.
What?
The people at the venue were more than happy to let us do that. Jack's mother is also over the moon about it. She was looking forward to it so much. But now that you sold it, she's going to be so sad.
There was no way I could have known about that. It's your fault for leading me to believe that the dress was yours.
What? Doesn't matter how you slice it. This is all your fault. What are you going to do to make up for what you did?
What am I going to do? There's nothing that can be done. I already sold it. I'm the one that wants to know what I can do.
Fine then. I'll tell you what you can do, and you better do it. Here's what you should do. You need to buy back the dress and tiara that you sold. Then you need to go and apologize to Jack's parents.
Buy back? I can't do that. Well, that's all for me. Anyway, you better hurry and get everything back. There's only a few hours until the wedding. We will need that dress and tiara soon after our ceremony. So, go get it now. You! I can't believe you filed charges against me with the police! My parents told me that the police are looking for me now. Oh, it seems like the police do move quickly. Stop messing around! I did what you told me to do. I'm trying my best to look for the dress and get it back. I sold it on the internet, so I ran to the post office to try and get it back. So how could you file those charges? That's so mean! Oh, you really were trying to get it back. I didn't think you would do that. I thought that you would just run away to escape your problems. There was no way that I could get out of this one just by running away, so I'm trying my hardest to fix it. Whatever! Just go back to the police and tell them that you withdraw the charges. I'm going to get the dress back soon, so just pretend that this never even happened. I can't stop the police anymore. What? So just give it up. What do you mean, give it up? All you need to do is tell them that you changed your mind and that you want to withdraw the charges. You're the one that made them in the first place, so you can reverse it. It wasn't me that filed those charges, though. It was Jack's mother who called the police. What? Brenda did that? She was looking forward to this day more than we thought she was. She became emotionally attached to that wedding dress, it seems. You completely crushed her, so she said that she can't forgive you for that. Brenda was always kind to me. I've never seen her angry before. I have a message from her, actually. She said your families have always gotten along and she considered Kathy family. She said it's because of that specifically that it makes it all very hard to forgive. Oh no. What have I done? She's going to press charges no matter what. Whether it be for stealing or breaking and entering, she wants you charged and punished. She wants you to see how foolish you've been and for you to repent. I do! I'm sorry! I feel really bad for what I did. So please, I'm begging all of you. Please withdraw the charges. I didn't think it would turn out like this. Save your excuses and your words of apology for the police. We don't want to hear them now. While you go do that, Jack, his family, and I have a wedding to commence. The wedding ceremony ended without any problems. The photo session after the wedding turned out well, too. The venue allowed us to stay over our time limit with no extra charge. In the end, the dress and tiara were returned to Jack's mother without any further problems. But that did nothing to extinguish the feelings of anger, so she kept the charges against Kathy. This was the final straw for Kathy's parents, too. They didn't try to help her. I guess right about now, Kathy is at the police station facing the charges.